On the set of Strictly Come Dancing, something unusual is happening. This isn't a normal rehearsal day.
This feels like the kind of avatar of television, really.
I think it genuinely feels like walking into the unknown.
It is the very first real 3D project for the BBC in a modern sense of 3D.
With lots of high-tech equipment arriving at BBC Television Centre, everyone is busy. But what are they up to?
Tonight we're going to be shooting one dance out of tomorrow's episode of Strictly Come Dancing in 3D. It will be part of the Children in Need campaign through November, leading up to the big Children in Need night.
The plan is to make a short 3D film to show in cinemas to encourage donations to children in need. But it takes a lot of partners to make it happen.
That's better.
I think once we had a kind of tangible idea, like around children in need, everybody kind of thought it was quite exciting. And when we got the cinemas on board, I think from there on it was fairly easy, really.
Scott Steele is a 3D specialist and brings big screen movie experience from Hollywood. If anyone knows how a 3D camera works, it'll be him.
Most 3D systems use 2 cameras, 2 lenses. So we have to do a little trick in order to get the lenses close together. And if you take a look in the front of this rig, this is a 3D rig, is that there's a large mirror in here. It's a semi-silvered mirror. And one of the cameras, this one that's pointing straight down, is seeing a reflection off the front surface of this mirror. But it's a light enough mirror that there's a camera in the back that's shooting straight through. And as you separate the cameras and the lenses apart, it becomes more and more 3D.
Normally, the director of Strictly Come Dancing has up to 10 HD cameras to play with. But for the Children in Need recording, they only have 3 3D cameras to create the same effect. One camera will be mounted on the crane, another on a pedestal, and most importantly, the third is mounted on a Steadicam. The fluid movements of the Steadicam have become a visual trademark of Strictly Come Dancing. But this rig has 2 cameras, which doubles its weight to 74 pounds.
This is a stereo Steadicam, and the uniqueness of this rig is basically we're having to control everything wirelessly. We're having to control the lens functions of the cameras. Of course, we've got 2 cameras, so that means we have to control zoom, focus, and iris. So we've got 6 motors on this rig moving around all the time.
Meanwhile, in an improvised control room at the back of the set, engineer Danny Popkin is working on capturing the 3D images.
Basically here we've got all the controls relating to brightness, sit, colour, gain of each camera individually. To help us do that we have what's called a checkerboard, which is displayed on the monitor at the end. And from that you can see if I move the iris, that will change the look of the picture, and therefore you can see the checkerboard. If they don't match, then the 2 cameras are not in sync with each other.
As the audience begin to take their places, there's just time for a few last-minute checks before the recording begins. Nikki Parsons is the series director, who, like everyone else, is on a steep learning curve.
I'm used to doing multi-camera live, so I've planned everything down to the last detail, and for this I'm having to go with the flow a little bit more and see what feels right, because some things that I think would work in a normal 2D situation just don't work at all in 3D because they're too much in your face. I didn't actually pick the dance, but it really does suit the 3D qualities because there's a lot of dynamics between the 5 dancers on the floor, and there's a lot of movement forward and some beautiful lifts that work really well in a 3D situation.
But the most important 3D element is the dance itself. Where did the idea come from?
I came up with the ideas of the band, of the ropes, and I took 2 in with me, and I said, guys, what do you think? Shall we have a go?
And I was like, yes! Let's tie you up! This is brilliant!
And that's the honest truth.
And then
we all worked together and, you know, put it together and messed around and tried different things out, and that's how it all came about.
In the cutting room, Neil is making the final adjustments to the stereo pictures of his first 3D edit. So how does it differ from 2D editing?
It allows you maybe to stay in a shot longer than you might normally do, and just let the audience soak in the whole shot and the whole space. So in that way it's good. Sometimes shots don't work so well in 3D when you think they're working quite well in 2D. And in this situation we've had maybe 2 or 3 shots that we've decided not to use because they weren't working so well, and another 2 or 3 shots that we've maybe let go longer than we would do normally. So it's a mixture of things, and it is a consideration.
After everyone's hard work, has all the effort been worth it?
I think that really works, the text dance coming out, don't you? Yeah. On the end board. Yeah. No, I think it's 3 minutes of great 3D, isn't it? It is.
I'm really happy with it. I think it's true to Strictly, it's true to Children Need, it's good 3D.
The picture that I had in my mind before we started is better than I expected.